Guess what time it is?
It's time for small potatoes.
Where we give you a naughty tease of our latest Patreon episode.
Be sure to subscribe. Links are in the description.
Are we going too far? That's
Yeah.
Bob. Bob's really sensitive. Should we
hmm
be taking his last dollar?
hmm
And yet I would never want to rain on her rent. Like, I never want to rain on her
Right.
parade. And at the same time, I'm like, psst, Jim, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I just,
Mhm. But that's the part though, is it's consensual. He is absolutely consenting to giving or consenting to a service, but there is a manipulation, there is tactics to our work. That is part of the job. So it's just
absolutely.
those lines can get blurred and it almost feels uncomfortable to highlight this topic, and I don't think we have many of these sharks at Muse, but they exist, gentlemen. So I think you need to be aware of that.
It's true. Let's watch the video and we'll
Yeah,
tell stories on the other side.
yeah. This is from the real Bradley from Instagram.
Perfect.
Do you ever like feel bad for some of these girls, or it's like, hey, that's part of the business. I'm gonna need somebody.
So, well, I mean, if you think the girls are getting taken advantage, you're definitely wrong. They're sharks. Majority of them are sharks. So we have to protect the customers from the girls.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. These girls will take if you know some of these girls are sharks. So like a lot of them are, and their whole job is to dance for a customer and put them in a fancy land, right? Which is fine because most guys know it is for fun. But if you let the reins go, they'll crush the guys.
How so?
Money. They'll just take all their money.
Woo, what a take, what a take, what a take, right? Because the flip coin is that we witness both sides, right? Like, he's got a perspective similar to ours from the position he's in, you know? It's funny, the shark thing just cracks me up because if it's Kevin O'Leary trying to take advantage of the inventor of Scrub Daddy, it's fine. But
Right.
as soon as she takes her panties off, then, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And it's like, well, people take advantage of people financially left and right all over the world. And is
Yeah.
it really taking advantage if both people get what they want, right? Like,
hmm
that could be the fine line that differentiates the two. And yet, I was a bit of a shark as an attendant. We've known some serious sharks. I wouldn't even sharks. I knew some predators in my
Right.
day. Some women that could make some miracles happen. And yet I'd say there are high end escorts that are used to big grand gifts and gestures. I don't think
hmm
it's that they're sharky. I think it's they've just narrowed down a market that works well for them and hits
hmm
whatever their goals are. Does that mean everyone can just automatically set $100,000 a week goal and just do it? No.
hmm
Guaranteed all those women have worked for 10 years in the business and learned the ropes.
hmm
We all start somewhere. But, 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 like there's just, oh, I'm
hmm
getting stuck on my words because it's like, it's a sticky spot. It's a sticky spot because if it's a sales job. And so if you're an amazing salesperson in pharmaceutical sales, you get awards, you get bonuses, you get praised, you
hmm
get employee of the month up on the wall.
Yeah.
If you're Harvey Specter, you're
hmm
the best in the business. They're not like, oh, he takes advantage of everyone. No, he is
Right.
very wealthy because he is very good at his job. Like,
hmm
let's be real.
Well, and that's the thing is these women, there are women in all different sectors of the industry that are exceptionally good at their job. And I think sex work is built around psychology and boundaries. And there's lots of components, but the psychology piece is the interesting one because you are trying to get him, again, I use the word fantasy land. You're trying to get him lost in that sauce. That is the goal. That is his escapism that he's actually after. And it's just having that fine line of not hurting people, not damaging them. And I think in strip clubs is a really great example because there's alcohol involved, or in a private club, maybe in a massage parlor.
I was fighting it. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh boy. Oh my word. That caught me out of nowhere. Sorry.
It's okay. I know where I was at. Take your time.
Oh, I don't even know because I was just trying not to cough. Something about in a strip club, it's even more.
Yeah. You tell me when you're ready.
Oh, give me a sec. Oh, I hate when that happens.
Because you fight it for so long and then it just gets worse.
Oh, it gets so much worse. Like it wasn't that bad. Fuck me. Okay. Whew. Sorry about that.
Okay. You feeling okay though?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I think even more so in an environment like a strip club, for example, that has alcohol, that you can really, it borders on taking advantage of someone because they're
Hmm.
having fun, they're enjoying, they're in the environment, they're so hypnotized by the experience that if he walks in, whenever he walks in with his pocket, if you leave him dry by the end of the experience, he could have huge remorse that he's like, why did I bring that $62,000 to the club? That was for my new car tomorrow, but he felt all the feelings and was so I don't like the word manipulation, but she's engulfed him so much in her presence, in the service that she's providing, that he doesn't want to go back to reality. And I think strip club owners really have a different level of responsibility to their clients because of the alcohol, that you
Yeah.
don't want your customers being taken advantage of to that level, that there has to be some awareness. And it's tricky because when do you say stop being so good at your job, we're going to ruin Bob? Like, it's a tricky thing.
It really is. And you know what? You made a great point earlier and what you were saying about like it's designed to do that. It's no
Hmm.
different than how a casino is laid out to make you stay longer, to make you spend
Hmm.
more, to keep you awake longer, to keep the drinks flowing, the temperature, the music. Everything is designed. It's a science. Do you remember
Hmm.
that show Bar Rescue? I
Yep.
loved that fucking show. Don't like John Taffer because politics bothers me, but that show was fascinating. I can never get past that one. You vote for my death, you're off my good list. But he would talk about the science of the layout of a restaurant and how you want the bar specifically on a particular side. Or if you have
Hmm.
a square or a U shaped bar, then the flow changes. So you need your ATM here and your bathrooms here and the standing room here, and then tables go here. And I remember one, he even explained if you have a dance floor in your facility, then you want to create smaller spaces that people have to pass through because when you bump into a stranger, you're more likely to talk to them, and that will more likely end up on a dance floor. And I was like,
The psychology of it. Yeah.
genius, right? Menu setting, all of those things, how you do it, how you price it, how you advertise. If you're just on the strip in New Orleans, like how does your drink and your martini or your margarita go better than the place next door, than the place next door, than the place next door? And it's a
Hmm.
calculated science to see how it works. Strip clubs are the same. There's
Hmm.
the darkness for a reason, so you don't even see what you're spending. There's the flashing lights and the upper lift of the stage, so your head's always lifted. You're not looking at the bill. Like, there's reasons why all these
Hmm.
things are designed that way. So, part of it is you're a consumer.
Hmm.
And listen, put any woman in line at Sephora, and we're buying all of those
Yeah.
little stupid things that we
I
don't
hate
need.
the line.
It's the worst, right? You add like $400 to your bill just standing in line because they get you purposefully with the
Yeah.
displays and the colors and the promotion and the discount and buy three get this much off, and you're like, Jesus Christ, there goes my life savings at Sephora. It's by design, right? So it's
Yeah.
meant to be that way. Would you look at the designer of Sephora and say, oh, you're a shark, you're
Mhm.
manipulating women and taking what's rightfully theirs, and now they can't feed their children? Maybe.
That's what I think the difference is, though, is the Sephora or the casino are great examples that it is by design, but there's a company you can blame. Or,
Yes.
I know this is how I act when I'm in this environment. Whereas with a sex worker,
True.
it is an
True.
individual that's going to take the blame for you losing your shirt. And listen, they are sharks, and that when they smell blood, they're going to swim. Like, that's just the way it's designed. That's the way we are designed as sex workers. We know what works, what doesn't, and usually what the limits are. But I think it's when it's being pushed past that limit that it gets to a point of taking advantage of.
100%. 100%. You know, I think we've seen it go a little bit the other way too. I've seen clients take advantage of girls, take
Sure.
advantage of their kindness, take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of how much they covet them as a regular, thinking,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Julie will never be mad at me enough to cut me off because I come in 3 times a week
Mm-hmm.
and therefore I'm too valuable to her. Or we've seen clients, especially with the time, we've seen clients in the spot
Mm-hmm.
where we end up being like, Mark, come here. We need to have a meeting like in my office because you're taking advantage and diddle doddling at the end of the session, showing up early on purpose, taking up all this extra time. You're here for an hour and a half when you paid for 45 minutes. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are things that can be done both ways.